But all right, let's get to our next song here, which is Forgetful. And this is with Kim Sawol, another person I am not familiar with. So Kim Sawol is a South Korean singer-songwriter. She debuted in 2014 with the extended play Secret, a collaboration with singer Kim Hae-won. The duo won Best New Artist and Best Folk Album the following year at the 2015 Korean Music Awards. Interesting, because I really love folk music and singer-songwriter type music in English. I have not dabbled into like Korean folk music, Korean singer-songwriter type music. So this is very intriguing to me. I'm excited to hear this. Is this going to be a bit more of like a folky singer-songwriter-y type of feel? I guess I'll find out.
1, 2. 어제 일을 짓고 잊어요는 오늘도 잘 모르는데 어제 나를 짓고 잊어요는 고작 26인데
26.
왜 기억하질 못하냐 해요는 친구들 서운해
I was like, he's not 26.
미안해 생각이 참 많아요는 메모리가 모자라요 수많은 가시들과
He just sounds so vulnerable.
각자의 방식들로 스스로 마취해가요
I love this vibe.
공원에 가지 않으면 돼요 나 자연의 색이 좋아요 어차피 다시 간 문제예요 너도 그게 필요할걸요 어릴 적 풀냄새 기억나요 꽤나 새삼스러울걸요 그래요 그냥 잊고 살아요
Everyone here is an idiot. This line. Countless thorns in the morning comes and goes. They anesthetize themselves in their own ways. This feels so like dreamy and ethereal. It does feel childlike in a way.
수많은 가시들과 오고야 많은 아침과 각자의 방식들로 스스로 마취해가요
Just like the vulnerability in their voices though. It does sound like that innocence, you know. Wow, that was a quick one. And a really interesting kind of like interlude almost, it feels like, on this album. It feels very different than the last 3 songs, where the last 3 songs kind of felt like very sure about his path and like his new direction. But this one almost feels like he's lost a bit. Saying, I keep forgetting about yesterday's me. I'm only 26 years old. Almost like he's stalled, almost like pre-pandemic. I definitely feel that way. All the time, where, you know, time is flying. It's like, I'm not 30 years old, I'm 24. Like, what are you talking about? Like, nobody was born after 2005. And why can't you remember? My friends are upset. I'm sorry, I have so many thoughts, my memory is running out. Like, there's just so many things circulating in your head that it's having a hard time like registering new memories, because it's almost like there's no memory left. It's out of disk space. And then this line, the countless thorns and the morning that comes and goes, they anesthetize themselves in their own ways, where the thorns are the needles that provide that anesthesis. Is that a word? Where it's like a feeling of numbness of the days just going and going. And this line, like this part here, like Kim Sawol's part felt kind of like melancholic, saying I have to go to the park. I like the colors of nature. It's all a matter of time anyway. Almost like, you know, it's only a matter of time before we're all back in nature anyways, where we all began. And do you remember the smell of grass as a child? It'll be quite new now. Almost like you haven't been out in the world and experiencing it to the point where you can't even remember like what grass smells like or what playing outside smells like. And yes, just forget about it. Everyone here is an idiot. Like this one kind of feels like out of left field a bit. Yeah, this was a surprise. Like it was very interesting to hear this genre pop up. And like I cannot get enough of this, which is kind of which is why I'm kind of sad that we're at our last song of this part now with Closer. So here we have Paul Blanco and Mahalia. So let's start with Paul Blanco. Oh, another Canadian. Paul Blanco is a Korean-Canadian singer, producer, and rapper who debuted under Masquerade in 2018. I've never heard of Masquerade. And then we have Mahalia, a British-Jamaican singer-songwriter and actress. Several EPs and 2 albums in R&B and soul. Okay. So back to more of that R&B soul direction. And this is our first song here that has 2 features. So I'm very, very excited and curious to see what these additional 2 people can bring to an RM track. So shall we?
I get a feeling sometimes that I can't get close enough to you. I feel it most in the nighttime, even though that's when I'm closest to you. If I could be under your skin, closer than we've ever been, maybe closer than we've ever been.
Interesting voice.
I feel it most of the night time, yeah. Yeah, me never on your timeline, yeah. See you always in the limelight, keep me rolling in the day, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be all in English.
I don't mean it, don't cease, baby, don't, why you floating? Wanna lock you up on my side, but you run away like fish.
I like the beat.
Yeah, I keep you.
Did you say run away like fish?
Only just in my dream. I see you in red the ground. Don't wake me up from sleep. I think I'm losing my grip. Everything, all the pain. Why you showed up in my life like this? So sudden, oh God, no.
I get a feeling sometimes that
Ooh.
I can't get close enough to you. I feel it
Oh, I love
most
it when
in
you
the
can hear
nighttime,
British accents
even though
in
that's
British
when I'm
singers.
closest to you. If I could be under your skin, closer than we've ever been, maybe closer than we've ever been.
Come all out of your front block, baby. Say the time, don't wait for nobody. Oh, I bet you thought, baby. But the time gon' stop when you and I make our lips lock, baby.
Ooh.
And once again, you made me misplace my pride.
Okay, so we are getting all English.
Promise myself never.
Ooh, I like his voice.
You got me through the same thing all over again. And I make her body do the diddy-diddy-bop, diddy-diddy-bop. How about I show you how I get down, baby girl? Come on, come on and
Interesting.
Please leave your message after the beep.
If I wait for us, 이걸로만 줘.
I love this. I think he's been my favorite feature, maybe other than Tableau so far. Honestly, Erica Badu is really good too. Oh, it's also good. Oh, this is such an interesting song.
Just looking at you. Let's go, be no take two. Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
I don't think I paused this whole song. I'm just so into it.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Stay where you
Oh. Oh my goodness. I cannot get over these 5 songs. Like, it's very interesting, this one, because it feels more like any of the other songs where there's like 3 distinct parts to it. Like in those first couple of songs, it kind of felt like the features were really emphasizing RM, and then Tableau and RM felt like a partnership. Same thing with Forgetful, but then this one felt like three distinct people in a song. And this is the first one, the first song with like sexual undertones. So it would feel, I guess it would feel a little strange if they were all three of them kind of, I'm just going to stop that sentence there. I'm not going to. Anyway, it is interesting to hear this from RM now, especially from some of his original solo stuff that maybe is a little a little cringe in 2022. So this feels a lot more mature and, you know, grown up. And I think I'm losing my grip. Everything off the beam. Why you showed up in my life like this so sudden. I would love nothing more for RM in life than a solid, stable partner, because I know how much he wants to be a dad. So I feel like there's no one good enough in this world for Kim Namjoon, but I still want this for him to find like the perfect partner. So it makes me happy to hear songs like this where it seems like he's like found that somebody. But I kind of want to listen to the Paul Blanco part again. Makes me want to listen to his stuff. This is so good.
But the time won't stop when you and I make our lips stop, baby. And once again you made me misplace my pride, baby. Trust me, promise myself never.
Like,
oh. The same thing all over again. And I could body
like, so good. Yeah, no, this is definitely my favorite feature in the album, at least so far. I mean, I haven't even there's another whole half to this album. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through, but I feel like this is like, I don't even have words for the first half of this album. Like, if anything, I'm just bursting with pride and joy and happiness that RM got to pursue this path and got to do this album, especially if what he's saying in these lyrics are true, that, you know, he's desperate for truth and expressing himself. Like, oh, if there's anyone in this world that deserves that, it's Kim Namjoon. So yeah, I'm just like, so many emotions that I'm feeling that I probably won't be able to fully unpack until I listen to this album fully a couple of times through at least. So yeah, it just makes me so excited for part 2. And I don't know how I'm gonna wait. I have a couple of other videos to film before I get to part 2 of this, but like, oh my god, how am I going to wait? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll film this sooner than I thought I would. But yeah, I think so. This is one of my favorite songs, I think, from the first half of this album. But some of it's kind of hard because it feels like some of these songs you're comparing apples to oranges. Like, comparing Closer to Forgetful feels odd. So yeah, I don't think I can pick a favorite, because at one point I felt like all 5 of these was my favorite in some way, shape, or form. So I am just loving this, and I cannot wait for part 2. So friends, thank you so much for joining me for this. I honestly feel so privileged to be able to share my experience of listening to this album with you, and I would love to know what your favorite songs are from this album. Like, have we gotten to it yet? We still have another half to go through, and I know that Wildflower was the title track on this album, so I would love to get your thoughts on this. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I also want to thank my patrons for making this video happen. My patrons have access to weekly exclusive reactions, including an upcoming reaction to the Suga and RM interview type thing. Next month, I'm going to be reacting to Run BTS, the live performance, and the dance practice. I have still yet to see that. My patrons also have access to my monthly YouTube schedule, behind the scenes content, and then my $5 patrons get early access to my YouTube videos, a monthly vote on one of my YouTube videos, and a shout out at the end of every single one of my YouTube videos. So an extra special thank you to my $5 patrons, who are Isaiah Life, Catherine H, Dancing on Fire, MJN, Aaron M, Hope to Dust, Jennifer O, JLA, Kirsten, Chris M, Leah B, Mila B, Nicey64, Sophia S, Tealed, Tiffers, and Vicos. If you would like to support my channel, you can visit me at patreon.com/laurenclaire. But until next time, part 2 of this, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are staying safe. I hope that you are taking Kim Namjoon's advice and you are taking care of yourself. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.